Welcome to 5 Minute Friday, everybody, where we share our best tips and tricks to help you get just a little bit better every week. And this week, we are talking about results or relationships. What matters more as a leader? All right, Eddie. Well, we had a call on our voicemail line. Oh my gosh.
How many did we get?
It happened.
We said we were going to out it.
It was three. Hey, I'll take it. Hey, 3 calls.
3 more than expected.
3 more than expected, guys. 3 more than expected. So let's keep this rolling. This is good stuff. All right. Let's if you got questions like this about leadership, I think it's fun to talk about. All right. This is good stuff. So you could call 512-THE-BROS. That is 512-THE-BROS, and ask all of your project management, construction, life
all right,
questions.
Whatever. Let's get to the phone call.
Okay, let's get into it.
What's up, brothers? I have a leadership question. Twofold. Number one, as a leader, whether it's project manager or whatever it may be, do you value results more than relationships? And second part of that is, you personally, naturally, which do you lean towards? Are you more of a relational leader or results-driven leader? Thanks for your time. Good luck.
Good luck.
I like the good luck at the end. Good luck with that. This is a good one. Good luck.
All right, so results or relationships. Eddie, go, man. What do you lean towards, and what's your preference?
All right, the golden answer is you want both. That's the easy one. You definitely want results with all relationships intact. That's what you're looking for.
Of course.
So that part is like loading the gun for that second part, I feel like. So,
okay.
I mean, do you have a different answer?
No. I'm kind of with. I feel like I lean more towards relational, and results kind of fall to the wayside as a result of me wanting to just continue to lean into those relationships. But I do think it needs to kind of vary a little bit, kind of depending on the day and who you're working with. So yeah, I mean, it is the idea of you get results and relationships all in one.
Yeah.
Duh. Like that makes the most sense. But anyway, what's you said loading the gun here. What you got?
Well, I'm going to bare my heart a little bit on this one, because I really feel like answer is 2 different answers depending on how old Eddie is.
Can we play some counseling music really quick?
Yeah,
like
sure.
Just some.
Go for it. Are we done? When we're talking about 28, 29-year-old Eddie, I think that I very clearly chose results over relationships in quite a few scenarios.
Yeah.
And I want to achieve. I like to win.
Yep.
Pretty competitive guy. Coming out of the sports arena, that was kind of just baked in.
Yeah.
There was a lot of like, what's your problem? Get your act together. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
What's your problem?
Yeah.
And that kind of played over into business. And hey, maybe there's a time where you like kind of kicking somebody in the seat of the pants and saying, let's get it done.
Yeah.
And hopefully then you're patting them on the shoulder later and kind of restoring some of that. But when you don't get that restoration later and all you're doing is kick them in the seat of the pants a lot, sometimes you can just be a bully. And really you're prioritizing the results over the relationships, and I have been there. The older I've gotten, the more relationships have become the most important thing. I would rather have a team that is a solid, content team that likes being with one another and likes doing business with each other and has fun along the way and gets a little less done. I have definitely shifted, and that was not true of young Eddie. Like, I would have sacrificed those relationships to try to get where I was going.
I think it's a lot of times it's like people come in almost with like a chip on their shoulder. It's like they're trying to they're trying to show that they can get results. They're trying to prove something. And when you're young, That's I think probably the side that you go to is like, I want to prove that I was worth this. I'm worth something. And so
Yeah.
you err on the side of results.
Yep.
And then later on you start realizing, oh crap, I'm burning bridges here. And it's better that I work with people that I actually enjoy being around, and you invest in relationships a little bit more. And then maybe you can kind of flow between the two as the day requires, right? Sometimes you do need to get in there and you need to make sure that we're getting results. Like, it's okay to have high standards. I think it's okay to demand that your people perform. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, to not just tolerate people.
Don't be a jerk
doing
is, I
whatever.
think, the moral of the story. And I think when you're first getting started, you're a little bit too much like a bulldog or like a pit bull. You're in there and you're just you bite into people too quickly.
Well, okay, so if I could mark by decades, my 20s were marked by being unsure of myself and really trying to figure out, like, do I belong in this room?
Yeah.
Maybe I need to try to assert myself to make sure that people know I do belong in this room. And then the 30s are kind of marked by, I've been in this room a little bit, like, I belong here.
Yeah.
And I want people to know I belong here. And it's time to start kicking butt and achieving a little bit. And that's more than just personally, like, I need to push others too. And then for me, I don't know when this kind of flipped over, but that the need to push for success that other people see has gone down.
Yeah.
Like, once upon a time, I had a much greater need for everybody to look around and see Eddie Campbell at the front.
Right. Yeah.
And this happens in church leadership. I had much more of a need to be at the front of the room when I was young.
Yeah.
I needed to be the guy talking. I far less need to be the guy talking. And that's funny. I'm sitting here on a podcast talking right now, but I got to be honest, like, I'm very content listening to our guests every week and learning from them.
Oh, heck yeah. No, okay, so on the church subject, like, that was something that you brought up. So I had that happen 2 days ago, actually. Easter, a lot of stuff going on, I'm actually leading the charge. And, because our worship pastor is actually out, he just had a baby, congrats, it's awesome. But we had somebody, kind of a little bit of confusion on the team. And, somebody was supposed to sing a song and they didn't quite know it. And so I was kind of leaning over to, like, giving it to somebody else because they didn't know it.
Yeah.
And so they didn't really listen to me whenever I started to try to do that, though. And then they grabbed at it and they pulled it back. And they were like, no, I'll do it. I'll do it. Like, making the call for the team themselves. When I was younger, I would have tried to make an example of them. I would have tried to say, no, I'm in charge here. Boom. And, like, just thrown down right then and there. And then now it's more like, no, it's a lot more of a relational side of things. I'd have been like, no, that actually is going to make me look like a complete jerk to everybody around me. It's also not going to make them feel good. I'm not going to be able to retain relationship by doing this. So what did I do? I actually just let it happen. I didn't actually try to make an example of that person. I didn't need to. And guess what? It actually turned out okay. They actually rocked it. They did good. But in my younger years, man, I would have erred on the side of just trying to make an example of them and been more about, like, the result rather than focusing in on the relationship of it, right? Focusing in on, like, it's not worth that. It's actually better that I talk to them separately. If it needs to happen, I talk to them separately. So I don't know. There's some church dynamic in there for sure, but that's part of it. It's leadership. I think back in my younger days, man, I would have thrown down though, and that would have burned a lot of bridges, and it wouldn't have been relationship based.
The short-term gain of that wasn't worth it for the long-term loss.
No, not at all.
And that can be the relational side of things. I think you need to address things appropriately.
Yeah.
So this isn't, hey, go soft, go easy. Like, don't just let anything happen. It's, we're talking about leadership, and leadership has to say some things sometimes. But confident leadership, like, a confident leader feels a whole lot less like they have to prove that to everybody around them,
Yeah.
and can act out of humility.
I can actually keep it more under control by just shutting up and actually just letting this go.
Yeah, that's tough though.
That is very
And
freaking tough.
you got to get some miles under you. I'm sorry, like you've
That
got to
you-
get some miles under you.
You know how that happened though? Is I've been burned. I've been burned.
It's the miles.
Yeah, it's the mileage, man. I
Yeah.
touched the stove. I was like, crap, that actually didn't go that well. What if? And then you start getting better at weighing those things out. So we're saying all this stuff. This is our perspective. Yeah. This is with some mileage under both of our belts. You've got way more mileage than me, clearly, because I mean, just look at you. So sorry. So road worn and, just beaten to a pulp, really.
You stink for saying that, by the way.
You're so welcome.
But in all humility, I'm just going to sit here and allow it. Because I have no choice.
no choice. Any other thoughts on the matter?
I will say this. I know who's asking the question. You didn't mention your name, so I'm not going to call you out. But I know in your position, you're leading other people. And so, man, just keep striking that good balance. You're doing a good job. Hang with it, and you're going to see those results. And I think you already are. So
Cool.
it's a good word, man.
All right. Again, guys, hey, if you've got any questions for us like this one, you want to just talk about leadership or little things that you're dealing with in the day-to-day, we want to hear them. I think it'd be fun to talk about some of this stuff. And hey, maybe we don't give you the perfect answer, but maybe it's just some food for thought. A different perspective can be super helpful. And that's the hope here, is that we can provide just a little bit of a different perspective, help everybody in the industry get a little bit better every single week. All right. So make sure, just call us this week, 512-THE-BROS, 512-THE-BROS. Guys, we'll catch you next time. Go build something awesome.